Hi everyone, it's Mark. In today's video I will be testing a new CPU AIO Liquid Cooler by TryX called the Stage, featuring a very unique looking display with a mirror at the bottom. Sounds interesting, right? Not only that, the Stage can create insane kaleidoscope patterns that I'm keen to share my opinions on, but TryX have made some downgrades compared to the original Panorama SE that you need to be made aware of. I will focus the first part of this video testing its performance to see how it stacks up against the previous model, then we will take a look at all of the crazy effects. Is this the must-have new AIO that will leave your friends jealous with envy, or will it make you appear like you've got more money than sense? Let's find out. Okay, the Stage 360 comes in quite a bit cheaper compared to the TryX Panorama SE, but there's a massive reason for that. The Stage has a HD or 720 by 720 resolution IPS screen instead of an AMOLED 2K display like their previous model. Luckily I have the older model, so I can give my opinion on if the Stage is actually a downgrade compared to the Panorama SE. There's still an overall pixel density of 254, which should still deliver a super sharp image. Regardless, it's great TryX have tried to pass the savings onto their customers with the reduced price, but is there any other corners cut elsewhere like the cooler's actual performance? Comparing both coolers, visually they only have slight differences, but the Stage, even though it's cheaper, looks like an updated Acertec cooler compared to the previous model. It's going to be interesting to see if the Stage performs better or worse compared to the more expensive Panorama SE. Both radiators are identical and I can't tell the tubing apart, but the fans have a slightly updated design, mainly on the centre hub. Most noticeable difference with the Stage fans is they are now daisy chained together, rather than the older models where the fans connect using regular cables. The Stage is a much easier cooler to cable manage, and installation in general took less steps. For example, I especially like the magnetic connector that attaches to the last fan in the chain, very sleek. Each fan has 8 ARGB Gen 2 LEDs, so they're bright and vivid. I'll show you some effects later on. Overall, there's little touches here and there that shows a more refined product compared to the Panorama SE. Next, installation. That was super easy and it shouldn't take you no longer than 10 minutes. The fans come pre-installed and the pump block is small and easy to install even in the tightest of spaces. But that's not the case with the actual display. It's pretty big. One upgrade to the Panorama SE is what TryX call a mag clamp mechanism. It can lock the display in place, unlike the Panorama SE which just rests over a pump block. This is to compensate for the extra weight that might be added by a figure or a toy. TryX have strengthen the body of the Stage as well, with an aluminium or aluminum side panel for extra support. Right, let's jump into Cyberpunk 2077 for a real world test to see if there's any performance difference between the two. On the Panorama SE, my Ryzen 9700X never reached above 60 degrees Celsius. On the new Stage 360 AIO, temps are around 61 degrees Celsius, and that's after both having a 30-minute test. More importantly, as that's just peak temps and not average, but both AIOs were performing around the same in my side-by-side tests. So I'm glad to see temps are in line with each other, even though the Stage comes in cheaper and more accessible compared to their first endeavour. In Cinebench, all was well, both coolers kept their temps in check. My Ryzen 9700X had a max temp of 68.5 degrees Celsius, and these are some of the best AIO temperatures I've ever had on this CPU. The Stage delivers top level performance, but it undercuts a lot of these other AIO coolers with customizable LCD screens. Lastly, if we check out some other games, temps and performance are exactly the same, with both fans set at 1500 RPM. You more than likely won't see any difference or improvements going between the two models. Moving on, taking a look at both screens, it looks like we're going to have an AMOLED versus IPS debate. Why did TryX choose IPS this time around? Maybe they had quite a few returns or RMAs due to burn-in and they decided to bring a cheaper, more reliable product to the market, but I'm just guessing. Either way, looking at both of them, I can see a clear difference in black levels. It's not noticeable once you choose a wallpaper with plenty of colour, especially these crazy kaleidoscope patterns, but I much prefer having a screen where I don't have to worry about getting burn-in. I find worrying about my OLED monitor and TV bad enough. Plus, once it's behind a sheet of glass, you're honestly not going to notice a difference anyway, in my opinion. Luckily, it still runs at 60Hz, so the screen still looks smooth and ghosting is kept to a minimum. One other slight disappointment, there's two screens in the Stage, unlike the Panorama, which has one single panoramic display. Regarding the software for the stage, I had a little bit of trouble getting set up at first. The cooler worked fine, but the display was just constantly on a blank screen. My PR sample needed its own dedicated software version apparently, which no one told me I needed, and left me stranded on a Saturday evening. Luckily, and this is my point, TryX have amazing support built into their software. In the end, TryX were very helpful and sorted it out straight away. Once I actually got inside the Stage's software, a whole world of PC customization goodness was right at my fingertips. You can set up 3 different modes: Extended, which is ideal for putting wallpapers and GIFs on, there's a split screen, and lastly Mirror mode. The main stage floor, shall we say, can be flipped around to reveal a mirrored bottom. You can create these crazy kaleidoscope effects that are absolutely insane. Overall, the software is simple and easy to use, but in depth enough. You'll be captivated for hours messing around with all the different settings, but the standout feature for me is, unlike many other LCD equipped AIO coolers that rely on the PC CPU or RAM to display video, the TryX cooler features an integrated dual core processor, meaning it won't steal any of your in-game FPS or cause any increased frame times whatsoever. Right everyone, as a summary, would I recommend the Stage to my viewers? Well, I honestly prefer the original, but the Stage definitely has its own very unique charm. Put it this way, I'm not going to swap back to the Panorama 360, this will stay in my system. If you're into customizing your rigs with figures, this will have top tier appeal. I was imagining what a Doom themed PC would look like, with a Doom guy figure taking centre stage. Regarding performance, some products don't have the pumps to back up their fancy RGB lights and displays, but the Stage isn't one of them. I'm happy to report TryX have done a great job at refining the previous model, and it should be noted that it's rare these days for a company to release a cheaper, more affordable product when there's been so many improvements as well. With that said, there's been some cutbacks regarding resolution and display type, but I will probably sleep better knowing the Stage will last a lot longer compared to the previous version. Anyway everyone, I really hope you've enjoyed this week's video. If you want to check out any more of my content, I can highly recommend these videos as are some of my best work. My name's Mark from Silence Tech. Goodbye.